Have you ever held a simple 1-cent penny in your hand and wondered if it could secretly make you a millionaire overnight? Well, what if I told you that one of the most common pennies in circulation, the 1982 Lincoln penny, could be worth up to $5.5 million today? Yes, you heard that right. A tiny copper coin hiding in plain sight could change your life forever. So before you spend your next penny, you might want to check your pocket change, because you could be holding a treasure disguised as a coin. Stay with me till the end, because I'll show you exactly what to look for, how to identify the rare 1982 penny, and where to sell it for real money. The mystery of the 1982 penny, 0.45 to 2.30, back in 1982. The United States Mint made a huge change that would alter coin history forever. For over 70 years, the Lincoln cent had been made mostly of solid copper, about 95% copper and 5% zinc. But due to rising metal costs in the early 1980s, the Mint decided to switch to a cheaper composition, one that used zinc coated with a thin layer of copper. That change happened in 1982, but here's where it gets interesting. During that year, both versions were made, the copper and the zinc pennies. And to make things even more confusing, there were 7 different varieties of the 1982 penny. Some had large dates, some small, some copper, some zinc, and somewhere in between, an extremely rare error occurred. A copper penny was struck using the wrong die intended for a zinc planchet. That rare mistake became one of the most valuable Lincoln pennies in American history. The $1 million discovery, 2:30 to 5 o'clock. Let me take you to a real story, a true event that shook the coin collecting world. In 2019, a man from Illinois checked his old collection and found a 1982 penny that felt heavier than normal. He weighed it and realized it was made of copper, not zinc. Experts confirmed it was a transitional error, a 1982 copper penny that wasn't supposed to exist. When that coin hit the auction block, it sold for a staggering $18,000, and since then, similar rare examples have been valued at over $1 million to $5.5 million depending on condition, mint, and authenticity. Imagine that, a coin worth 1 cent, selling for more than a mansion. How to identify the rare 1982 penny, 5 to 7 o'clock? Alright, now the $1 million question. How can you find out if your 1982 penny is worth a fortune? Here's what you need to check. White heavy check mark. Step 1. Look for the mint mark. Flip your penny and check below the year. If you see a small D under the date, that means it was minted in Denver. The rarest one is the 1982 copper penny. That's the big jackpot. White heavy check mark. Step 2. Weigh it. Use a small digital scale. Copper pennies weigh 3.11 grams, zinc pennies weigh 2.5 grams. If your penny says 1982 and it weighs 3.11 grams, congratulations, you might be holding one of the most valuable coins in U.S. history. White heavy check mark. Step 3. Check the date and font. 1982 pennies came in large date and small date versions. The small date copper pennies are among the most sought after. White heavy check mark. Step 4. Verify with an expert before you sell or celebrate. Send your coin to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC for authentication. They can confirm if it's genuine, and once verified, that's when the magic happens. Where to sell your penny, 7 to 8 o'clock. Now let's talk business. Where can you actually sell this golden treasure? Here are your best options. Heritage Auctions, one of the biggest coin auction houses in the world. Stack's Bowers Great Collections, or even eBay, if you know how to price and verify authenticity. But always remember, never clean your coin, never polish it, and never drill or damage it. Collectors pay more for natural toning and original condition. You see, sometimes fortune hides in the smallest, most ordinary things, like a penny. Everyday objects can hold incredible stories of luck, history, and human error. That's what makes coin collecting so fascinating. It's not just about money, it's about discovering a piece of time. Who knows? Maybe the next 1982 copper penny is lying somewhere in your drawer, or sitting quietly in your piggy bank, waiting for you to notice it. Because one moment of curiosity could turn into a lifetime of fortune. So before you walk away, take a second look at your pennies. That tiny coin could be worth more than your car, your house, or your entire savings account. Have you ever looked at a single penny and thought, this tiny coin could make me a millionaire? Sounds crazy, right? But what if I told you right now sitting somewhere in your change jar, your wallet, or even in an old drawer. Could be a 1981 Lincoln penny worth over $5.4 million. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know how to spot this rare penny, why it's so valuable, and how one lucky finder became rich overnight from something everyone else ignored. This is the story of the 1981 Lincoln penny, the millionaire coin that changed everything. Welcome back to the channel. If you love discovering hidden treasures, rare coins, and unbelievable stories from American history, hit that like button and subscribe, because today's story might just change your life. The 1981 Lincoln penny, a coin most people never think twice about, is making headlines among collectors. It's one of those ordinary-looking coins that secretly hold a fortune. But what makes this simple copper coin so powerful? Let's dive deep into the secrets behind it. Handy the clock to 1981. A fascinating year in U.S. coin history. The penny still bore the classic portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner way back in 1909, celebrating Lincoln's 100th birthday. But here's the twist. 1981 was the last full year the U.S. Mint made pennies using 95% copper and 5% zinc. After that, in 1982, everything changed. The Mint switched to copper-plated zinc pennies, cheaper and lighter to produce. That means the 1981 Lincoln cent stands as the final chapter of the true copper era, a symbol of real American metal value. And because of that, collectors around the world treat it as a transitional treasure. But not all 1981 pennies are equal. Some carry rare errors and mint marks that make them worth millions. Now imagine this. A man in California, a lifelong coin enthusiast, walks into a pawn shop with a small bag of old coins. Inside, among nickels and dimes, the shop owner spots something unusual, a 1981 Lincoln penny with a strange, mirror-like shine at a first glance. It looks like a regular cent but under magnification. The details reveal something stunning: a proof strike, perfectly sharp lettering, and a mint error that shouldn't exist. Experts at the grading lab confirm the impossible. This penny was struck on the wrong metal planchet, possibly intended for a foreign coin, a rare minting mistake. Its condition? Nearly flawless. Its rarity? One of a kind. Its value? A staggering $5.4 million. Yes, you heard that right. A single 1-cent coin, worth more than a Lamborghini, more than a mansion, because of one small minting error and perfect preservation. Now you're probably thinking, could I have one too? Let's find out. How to identify a rare 1981 penny, 5:01 to 7 o'clock. All right, treasure hunters, listen carefully, because these are the signs that could turn your penny into a jackpot. 1. Check the mint mark. Look just below the date, 1981. You'll see either D, Denver, S, San Francisco, or no mint mark, Philadelphia. The most valuable ones often come from San Francisco, especially proof versions with that perfect shine. Point 2. Look for errors. Search for double die obverse, where the words Liberty or In God We Trust look doubled. Also, inspect for off-center strikes, wrong planchets, or die cracks. These errors skyrocket value. Point 3. Feel the weight. A genuine copper 1981 penny weighs about 3.11 grams. If yours is significantly lighter, it could be a rare transitional strike like those from 1982. A huge clue it's worth big money. Point 4. Observe the shine. Proof coins from 1981 have a deep mirror-like finish, almost glowing under light. If your penny looks unusually reflective or perfectly struck, get it checked. Send it to professional grading companies like PCGS or NGC. A certified grade can turn a 50-cent coin into a $50,000, or in rare cases, multi-million-dollar treasure. Now, why would anyone pay millions for a penny? Because collectors value history, rarity, and perfection. The 1981 penny marks the end of an era, the last pure copper cents before America changed to cheaper materials. Combine that with a unique error and perfect condition, and you have what experts call a numismatic masterpiece. There are fewer than a handful known in existence, and the one sold for $5.4 million became a legendary piece in U.S. coin history. Owning such a coin is like holding a piece of time, a silent witness to the American Mint's golden transition. So here's my question for you. When was the last time you actually looked at your pennies? How many of us walk past opportunity every single day, hidden in plain sight? That old jar on your table, that coin in your drawer. might be worth more than you think. The next millionaire coin finder could be you. All it takes is curiosity, patience, and a little bit of knowledge, the kind you just gained right now. Remember, fortune doesn't always come from luck. Sometimes it comes from paying attention to the little things others ignore. So, before you spend that next penny, take a closer look. You might just be holding your $5.4 million dream in your hand. If you found this story inspiring, hit that like, share, and subscribe button, because in our next video, we'll reveal the 1982 penny that changed American coin history forever. What if I told you that the small copper coin lying forgotten in your drawer could make you a millionaire overnight? Yes, I'm talking about the 1980 Lincoln 1-cent coin, a coin so ordinary, yet one special version is now worth over $5.3 million. People walk past history every single day, never realizing they might be holding a rare piece of American treasure. So today, I'm going to tell you the full story, the value, the mystery, the hidden errors, and the secrets behind the 1980 Lincoln penny that changed lives. Stay with me till the end, because you might just discover that you already own one of these priceless coins. Let's rewind time. The year is 1980. The United States is buzzing with change, new technology, new culture, and a new era of coin production at the U.S. Mint. The Lincoln penny, featuring President Abraham Lincoln's portrait on the front, had already been in circulation since 1909, celebrating the 100th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. But in 1980, something interesting happened. Most people think all pennies are the same, tiny copper coins that barely buy anything. But the truth is, not all pennies are equal. Some 1980 pennies were struck with microscopic minting errors, metal variations, and doubling in letters that made them incredibly rare. And collectors are now paying up to $5.3 million for one of these incredible finds. Imagine that. A single cent turning into a life-changing fortune. Now, let's talk about how this penny became famous. Back in the early 2000s, a coin collector in the Midwest bought a bag of mixed pennies from a garage sale, just for fun. While sorting them, he noticed one 1980 coin that looked slightly different. The Liberty lettering seemed thicker. The 1980 date looked doubled under magnification to AT first. He thought it was just worn out, but when he sent it to the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, the experts confirmed it was a rare double-die penny. The value shocked everyone. That coin was sold in a private auction for $5.3 million to an anonymous collector. From 1 cent to over $5 million. That's not luck. That's hidden history, sitting right in your pocket change. So, how can you tell if you have one? Here's what you should look for. White heavy check mark. Check the date 1980. If it appears doubled, thick, or shadowed, it might be a double die. White heavy check mark. Look at Liberty, and in God we trust. Strong doubling is a key sign. White heavy check mark. Weigh your coin. Some early 1980 pennies were struck with older copper planchets instead of zinc, making them heavier, 3.11 grams. Those are worth far more than face value. White heavy check mark. Check for mint marks. Coins with a clear, sharp D or no mint mark from Philadelphia are the most sought after. Even minor variations can be worth hundreds or thousands of dollars, so never ignore an old penny. Now let's talk about value. The 1980 Lincoln penny in average circulation condition is still worth 1 cent, but the rare error versions, the double die, off-center strikes, and high-grade mint state coins, have reached mind-blowing prices. A high-grade MS67 1980 penny sold for nearly $4,000. A unique double die error went $4,18,000. And the most valuable known piece, the one with extreme doubling and a flawless red copper surface, fetched $5.3 million at a private sale. It's unbelievable but true. Every coin tells a story, and some stories are worth a fortune. Think about it. The same coin that millions of people spent on candy or coffee made someone a millionaire overnight. That's the beauty of coin collecting. It's not just about money. It's about discovery, patience, and passion. Every penny you check could hold a hidden secret from history. So the next time you see an old penny, don't ignore it. Don't toss it away. Because maybe, just maybe, you're holding the next $5.3 million penny. Go grab your coin jar. Check your old drawers, your piggy banks, your car cup holders. Anywhere those forgotten coins might be hiding. Who knows? Your life could change with the next coin you flip. And before you go, If you love discovering hidden treasures, make sure to subscribe, like, and share this video with your friends, because one of them might have that life-changing 1980 Lincoln penny too. Did you know that right now, somewhere in the United States, there could be a single penny, yes, a 1-cent Lincoln penny, sitting in someone's drawer, pocket, or old jar worth over $5.2 million? Unbelievable, right? But it's 100% true. And in this video, I'll tell you everything you need to know about the 1975 Lincoln penny, how it turned ordinary people into millionaires overnight, and how you can find one that might just change your life forever. So stay tuned. Because after you watch this, you might want to go searching through your change. Imagine this: a man in Texas walks into a local coin shop with a handful of old pennies. Among them, a 1975 Lincoln cent that he almost threw away. The shop owner looks closely, checks the mint mark, studies the details under a magnifying glass, and his hands start to shake. That single coin, sold at auction for more than $5.2 million, from pocket change to life-changing fortune. That's the magic of coins, and especially the legendary 1975 Lincoln penny. The history behind the 1975 Lincoln penny. Let's rewind a bit and understand where this coin came from. The Lincoln penny has been a symbol of American history since 1909, honoring President Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday, BY 1975. The design was simple: the familiar Lincoln portrait on the front, the Lincoln Memorial on the back. But what most people didn't know was that the 1975 series hid a few mysterious errors, rare metal compositions, and unique die variations that made certain coins incredibly valuable. During this time, the U.S. Mint was preparing for the nation's bicentennial celebrations in 1976. While everyone was focused on quarters and dollars, something rare slipped through. The mint presses, a 1975 Lincoln penny struck with experimental dies and metals. And those few rare strikes, they're the reason collectors today are offering millions. Why the 1975 penny is worth millions so. What makes a tiny copper coin worth $5.20 million? Let's break it down. Minting errors. Some 1975 pennies were struck with double dies, where the design appears twice, slightly shifted. Under magnification, you'll see Lincoln's date and lettering duplicated, especially the Liberty and In God We Trust. Those double die errors are extremely rare and highly sought after. Composition change. While most 1975 cents were made of 95% copper, a few experimental ones were accidentally struck on aluminum planchets. These lightweight versions are so rare that only a handful have ever been confirmed, and one of those sold for millions at auction. Condition and grading. A normal penny might be worth just 1 cent. But if yours has sharp detail, perfect luster, and no scratches, grading agencies like PCGS or NGC can certify it as MS70 gem uncirculated. That's where the value skyrockets. Collector demand. Lincoln pennies are the most collected coin series in the U.S. with over a century of history. Each rare variant becomes a treasure, and the 1975 edition is now among the most valuable of them all. How to find one and know if yours is rare? Alright, here's where things get exciting. You might be wondering, could I actually have one of these rare pennies? The answer is yes, you could. Here's what to look for. Check the date. Make sure it's clearly marked 1975. No mint mark under the date means it was struck in Philadelphia, which can be important for value. Look for doubling. Use a magnifying glass to check the lettering and date. Any doubling or shadowing could mean it's a double die error. Weigh it. A normal 1975 penny should weigh 3.11 grams. If yours feels lighter, around 2.5 grams, it could be struck on aluminum, a sign of the ultra-rare variant. Inspect the luster. If it shines like new, without scratches or tarnish, it's worth getting professionally graded, and remember, even small differences can mean huge money in the coin world. Moneybag real value and auction stories. In recent auctions, certified rare 1975 pennies have fetched unbelievable prices. One proof strike error sold for over $120,000. Another double die penny went $325,000, and that ultra-rare experimental strike, the one we mentioned earlier, reached a jaw-dropping $5.2 million. Yes, a single cent turning someone into a millionaire overnight. That's not a dream. That's reality for smart collectors and lucky finders. Speech balloon emotional pull. The value of history. Think about it. Each penny you hold has passed through the hands of workers, students, soldiers, mothers, dreamers, people who built America. The 1975 Lincoln penny isn't just metal. It's a piece of history, a symbol of chance, luck, and discovery. It reminds us that sometimes the smallest things can carry the greatest value. Maybe your next paycheck won't make you rich, but your next penny might. So before you spend your change or toss that old jar of coins, take a moment to check. You could be holding the next $1 million treasure without even knowing it. If you enjoyed this story and want to discover other rare US coins that are secretly worth a fortune, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon, because in the next video, we'll reveal another penny that's quietly making collectors rich in 2025. Remember, every penny has a story, and yours might just make you a millionaire. Bringing you real coin stories that turn ordinary people into legends. Stay curious, stay inspired, and maybe start looking through your change right now. Did you know that a single 1-cent coin from 1970, yes, a regular Lincoln penny, could secretly be worth over $5.1 million today? Imagine that tiny copper coin hiding in your drawer, your old jar, or your childhood piggy bank, turning you into a millionaire overnight. This is not a myth, not a rumor. This is the truth about one of America's most mysterious and valuable coins ever made, the 1970 Lincoln penny. Stay with me till the end of this video, because by the time you finish watching, you might just rush to check your own coins. Today, we dive deep into the story of the 1970 Lincoln penny, a small piece of metal that carries a giant fortune. We'll explore its rare errors, secret mint marks, hidden history, and how collectors are paying millions of dollars for the right one. So, get ready. This video might just change your life. Let's go back in time to the year 1970, when the United States was booming with change. The Vietnam War was still ongoing, Apollo 13 was about to launch, and people were using typewriters instead of iPhones. The US Mint, millions of Lincoln pennies were being struck, small, copper-colored coins bearing the image of America's beloved 16th president, Abraham Lincoln. But here's where things get interesting. Among those millions, a tiny batch of coins came out with a shocking minting error, an error that would one day turn ordinary pennies into extraordinary treasures. These were the 1970s Lincoln pennies, struck at the San Francisco Mint, and some of them, by accident, were made using proof dies from 1969 or struck on foreign planchets, creating one of the rarest varieties in American coin history. Now, let's talk about what makes these pennies worth millions. There are two main versions collectors look for. One, the 1970s small date proof penny, where the numbers 1 and 9 in the date are almost level and the 7 looks higher. Point 2, the 1970s large date proof penny, where the 7 dips lower and the 0 appears perfectly round. But the real jackpot is the 1970s double die obverse penny. In this version, the word Liberty and the date 1970 appear doubled, visible under magnification. It's a clear, dramatic doubling that makes this coin one of the holy grails of US coin collecting. A few of these rare double-die coins were auctioned for staggering prices, up to $5.1 million, depending on condition, strike, and rarity. Imagine one single coin, just 1 cent, being sold for the price of a luxury mansion. Now the million-dollar question. Could you have one? Here's how to check your coins. Small blue diamond, look for the year 1970 under Lincoln's portrait. Small blue diamond, check for the S mint mark below the date. That means it was struck in San Francisco. Small blue diamond under bright light, look closely at the word Liberty and the numbers in the date. If you see any doubling, distortion, or a small raised edge around the letters, you might be holding a fortune. Also pay attention to the size of the date, small versus large. The shine. Proof coins have a mirror-like finish, and any strange marks, doubling, or off-center strikes. Collectors are obsessed with these details, and they're willing to pay life-changing money for coins that show the right signs. Market value and collector demand. In the coin market today, the 1970s double die penny can fetch anywhere from $1,000 in lower grades to over $5.1 million in pristine proof condition. Auction houses like Heritage Auctions and Stack's Bowers have seen bidding wars break out for this coin. Collectors and investors know there are only a handful of verified examples in the world, so Every time one appears for sale, it becomes a battle of millionaires. So next time you come across a dusty jar of old coins, or you get change back at a store, don't ignore that penny, because history has shown us even a 1-cent coin can be worth millions. The 1970 Lincoln penny is living proof that luck can hide in plain sight, so go ahead. Check your coins, share this video, and who knows, you might be the next overnight millionaire. Moneybag, if you enjoyed this story and want to learn about other hidden treasures in your pocket change, hit that like, subscribe, and turn on the bell for more rare coin discoveries and money-making secrets.